Good afternoon. How are we doing? Good to be here. Oh, good afternoon. Hello. Oh boy. Welcome to the broadcast. January. What is it? What the fuck is that? Wait. It was playing from my sound effects library. You weren't supposed to hear that. That is Demon Evil Laughter Deep Voice 01. I was like, I don't remember this part of the song. Nice. Okay. Hello. It is January 21st, 2026, and it's the broadcast. Today, if your math is correct, bro's soundboard is tweaking. I got so many good sounds in my saved library. What's this? This is just a whoosh. That one's not that good. I had some screams, but I don't think they're saved. Anyway, yeah, if your math is right, you would know that tomorrow the Oscar nominations come out. We've waited a long time for this, haven't we? We've been talking about the Oscars, specifically the nominations, since I want to say the summer, I feel like, is when we started opening up the Gold Derby. But it's happening. Today we're going to go through that thing one more time, the Gold Derby website, that is. I really need to make the... This is not a... By the way, if I had to pick my poison, I would go awards expert any day over Gold Derby. But because all of my stuff is already loaded in there, I guess I could start up awards expert now if I'm locking in my predictions. Maybe it's not that hard to set up. I have an account. Make predictions? Oh, you got to do it on the app. I can't do it on browser. Never mind. Damn, that's a shame. Anyway, we're going to be doing that today. Have you seen Resurrection yet? No, I really got to get around to it. Why is the stream early today? I just kind of thought we would do it a little early today just because there's so much to cover. I feel like today's going to be a bigger day. I got stuff going on later, so pushing it up 30 minutes just felt like, it would help. We got it. I find myself, maybe this is just a case of I got to extend the streams out past 3 hours or stream more than once a week is something I've been playing around with, but I don't know if I'm ready for that. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot to cover today. We're going to talk about the Oscar nominations. We're going to lock in those predictions before tomorrow morning. And we're going to talk a little bit about the movies that I've seen this month that as far as new releases go. As you may know, this is Dumpuary, is what they're calling it. It's been that for many years. If you don't know, January, it's when the bad movies come out. It's when studios drop the shit that they just don't care about. And it's been a thing this year of people talking about how this has not been a terrible January for the movies. I'm not overly excited about how this is going. It's I don't think we're, but I am going to talk about what I've seen, which have been great. Or one of them has been great. Anyway, it is catch-up month. It's catch-up month, right? This is the month you catch up on things. Even though I will say, what always happens has ended up happening, where it's I have a huge list of things I need to catch up on before the end of the year. In December, I try to get around to as much of them as possible. And there's always a bunch that I don't get around to, like Resurrection. And then I'm well, that's just going to be January's problem. And then I just don't even touch it in January. But I have not seen People We Meet on Vacation. I don't even know. That movie came out of... That's one of those weird streaming movies that just came out of nowhere. And I was like, dude, was anyone talking about this? I've heard not a single thing about it, but it's been the number one on Letterboxd for days now. Carson, how much money for you to watch CinemaSins cover Fantastic Mr. Fox on stream? I don't know, man. That just sounds like a bad time. I'll do it for free. I mean, it'll probably be pretty entertaining. I didn't know we had one for that. I know there was a very popular Cinema Wins for it that I was familiar with, but Sins is I dare him to try and pick that one apart. This is weird. I don't know why I did that. Can we do the call in? You know what? Fuck it. Let's do the call in today. Let's do the call in. I booted it up just this morning to see. I think this should be fine. I think it's on Do Not Disturb. Now we're receiving calls. Calls will be sent to voicemail while okay, yeah, that works. Okay. Fuck it. Let's just try it out. That's the number. I know it's not a very memorable number. I need to find a way to customize it, but this is the number we had set up. And I hopefully it doesn't actually, like, if it starts ringing, then I know that Do Not Disturb is not on. But that's the call number for the call-in segment. I gotta find a way to just make it a little bit more stylish. Right now we're just doing a basic font. What the hell is the call-in? So the call-in, I know you said never mind, but I'm gonna explain it anyway for those who are unaware. Does it work internationally? I don't know. I mean, it's the way it's one of those, like, it's similar to like WhatsApp, you know, and WhatsApp is an international thing. Like, it's not a real phone number, but I don't really understand how it works. But yeah, the call in, basically, if you call this number, you're gonna hear my voice, and I'm gonna ask you to leave a voicemail where you describe what you're looking for in a movie, and then I'll give you a movie recommendation on stream. I think I'm gonna, seeing like what we sorry, we got one in already, and I'm not gonna, I can see a sneak peek of the transcript. Anyway, I'll probably have to screen these before playing them out loud on stream, but anyway, it's a trial run. This is a soft launch of the call-in idea, and John is gonna be available later to help. But anyway, so we'll do that. That's also why I pushed it up. I was like, maybe we'll do the call-in. That's another thing to add to the list of things to do today. So we'll do that. And then, what else? Play some Cine 2 Nerdle, maybe some GeoGuessr. Been feeling GeoGuessr recently, to be honest with you. The Cine 2 Nerdle's gone. I practiced a little yesterday. Got my ass kicked. It's not going well. So yeah, I tons to look forward to today. You can turn that into a video. The recommendations idea, you're saying? I thought about that, yeah. Film Recs, all yours for 10 small payments of $49.99. What are you talking about? I just watched the beginning of the CinemaSins video. It's a rough watch. Is this a new video? Did it just drop? Is that the deal? Do you play Movie Grid? I've played it before. I could do it on stream. It's not exactly a regular thing on stream. But I've done it every now and then. It's kind of like, damn, do I got to fill some time kind of activity. What's up with the Patreon? Thank you for asking. Yeah, so we've relaunched the Patreon on the main channel. I know what you're thinking. You have a membership already on the second channel. It's a fair point. I talked to a lot of people about this. I was like, does this... Because the issue is, or the thing is like, I feel like the second channel's its own beast, and then the main channel has its own thing going on too. And the perks are very different and split up. Like, I feel like the perks that you get with the membership over here are very specific to the stream, and it would be confusing to sync everything up between the two. And so I just had them split up, and I hope it's reasonable, but like, I don't know. It's kind of we're open to suggestions and whatnot. But yeah, I've relaunched the Patreon on the main channel because I've just been meaning to do that for a while now. Because I, frankly, in doing the membership, have realized how much, I don't know, how much fun that is, like building a community and like being able to interact with people in that way. And I understand there's a lot of people that are like not interested in what we're doing over here. Very fair. And so, yeah, I was just told by a lot of people that I should just consider starting it up again and do it in a way that I can like manage more easily, as it became a quick like, I used to send letters. Understand, like when I first started the Patreon, like when I first started my channel, I would send people like handwritten letters, which was amazing, and I loved doing that, but it got to be a bit much. But anyway, if you're interested in that, feel free to look into it. The link is over on the main channel. But I say no pressure, obviously. Yeah, I would say the membership over here is going just fine as well. But I hope that answered your question. Carson's a community man. I love the community. It's been too long since I've really had the community going. It's really easy to forget about the community. When will you watch White Lotus? I think you would really like it. I started it many years ago, and was not very into the first 2 episodes. I'll just come clean. I was like really not on board with it. And I think it's just because it was a case of everyone in my life was watching it and was way ahead of me, and I felt like I was not a part of a club that everyone else was into already, and it was too late to join. Which is it's the dumbest show to feel that way about, because each season you get a chance to jump in for the first time. And so I feel like I've missed the boat and it's too late, but that's not true. I really do want to get into it and be able to participate in those conversations. Because even in the last season, which I was like, damn, it's kind of washed, I think we're done for, it ended up being fine. Like it ended up being a big thing again. So Carson, how's Rancho Mirage? It's done. It's good. We're waiting to hear back from some festivals. We've submitted to a few. But so there's like some exciting news, but I don't know. I have to wait. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I apologize for the silence on it and for no exciting updates, but the update is just that it's done. We finished it, which is great. And we're all really happy and proud of it. So I'm excited to show it to you guys as soon as humanly possible. Are you going to Sundance? I'm not going to Sundance, no. I love Sundance, but it's a tough one to go to. It's and I feel like as cool as it would be to go to the last one in Park City too. I'm a little bummed about that, but looking to like spice up the festival trips this year. I'm eyeing down some that I've never been to, and I would love to do that. I'm going to see how that goes. Do you plan on doing any festival? Yes. The Dirtbag was so fucking blank. Do us a favor and quit making movies. Well, that's not my movie. Mine is just called Dirtbag. I don't know what The Dirtbag is. Do you hope for a Jesse Plemons Bugonia Best Actor Oscar? Man, I don't know what's going on there. First of all, it's like the best lineup we've had in a long time. And so I'm like, I wouldn't be unhappy if he got snubbed because I'm happy with everybody else. I would be thrilled if he made it, but it would mean like having to kick out one of the other performances. So I'm like, I don't know what to think, man. I don't know what to think. We'll get into it in a second. I gotta warm up a bit. I've been up since 5:30 for no reason. I've just been doing that recently. And so I'm a little rusty. I have a $40 bet against my friend that Plemons takes Hawk. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if you're gonna make that $40 back. There's other places. There's some and again, we'll get into it. There's like some places where I want to go a little crazy. It's not that one. David Howell, thank you for the super chat. Most anticipated movies of the year. I know I got to get around to going through that too. I am excited for Disclosure Day. I've been really messing with the recent Spielberg movies. So I think it's going to be solid. I'm not loving the cinematography, but that's pretty much it. Everything else I'm very much on board with. So I'm really looking forward to that. Obviously the new Gregoraki, which is coming out at Sundance. I'm I'm on the edge of my seat to hear how that goes, because I don't know if it's gonna work based on what I know it's about, and based on like how Gregoraki is very much of his time, and I don't know what a Gregoraki movie is gonna look like nowadays. I'm very curious. Very curious. I'm excited for the drama. Really excited for the drama. That one I'm also very intrigued by. I was excited till I saw Emily Blunt as the lead. What's wrong with Emily Blunt, man? I feel like she, when she's given a lead role, can deliver. Isn't she also like kind of going to be the Devil Wears Prada 2 lead? Like, she's going to have a big year. There's also Digger, but I don't really know. I know nothing about that one. I still haven't seen Bardo. So like I can't even sit here and call myself a real Iñárritu head. Thoughts on the Bears losing Sunday? Dude, I had a very weird... So I'm like kind of in and out as far as interest goes in the NFL this year. Because I tapped out early on because I really only care about the Vikings, and it wasn't the year for that. So I've been like really excited to see how good the Bears have been doing all season. Though I'm not going to sit here and lie like I've been really invested. Not a real fan by any means. That said, I thought that last game was like a given based on what I was hearing. And then I was busy most of the day, so I kept texting my girlfriend and was like, what's the score? And they just kept being like, it's tied. And then I had to go see the Bone Temple. Got out of the Bone Temple, was like levitating, thought that movie was incredible. I will talk about it in a moment. And then I checked my phone and my girlfriend's like, they lost. And first of all, I was like, damn, I'm more bummed about that than I thought I would be. And then I saw what happened and was like, holy shit. that's both insane and tragic. But yeah, sending love to the Bears fans in my life. There's a lot of them in my life. Jonathan Fuji, what is up? Good to see you as always. When are you seeing Mercy starring Chris Pratt, bro? I'm like kind of deep down, I'm not going to say excited. That's the wrong word, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm intrigued. I think it's probably going to suck. Are the reviews out? Is it out? Like full stop? Mercy going to be the best? It's going to blow the rip out of the water. What if Mercy is actually good? I haven't seen Primate either. I heard that's pretty good. It's not yet. 17% on Tomatoes. All right. Did you see The Rip? I did see The Rip. I'll lead with that. Let's talk a little bit about those new releases. I saw The Rip last week. A movie that I don't know if I actually really talked about it too much publicly, but deep down was pretty excited about because I've come to really like Ben Affleck. After watching The Town in December, November, whenever that was, I was like, I fucking like this guy. Like, I don't know if this is meant to be funny, but it makes me smile. And that's like a part of me that I didn't like. If you had like shown me The Town like 3 years earlier, I could not have given less of a shit. Like it was so far from what I was interested in. I'm at a point in my life now where that's the kind of stuff that goes down really easy, and that is just reliable and silly and fun and stupid. But like comes from a real place, it seems. And so, not to say The Rip is similar because it's not directed by Ben Affleck or anything like that. It adds Matt Damon into the picture, which is a whole nother can of worms. But there was just a lot that I was, that was going for it. The movie's fine. It's not very good. It's got great moments. It looks pretty good, though there's times where I know it's supposed to all take place in the dark, but it's a little too dark. Couldn't see much, and that was annoying me. But that's just kind of what comes with like watching something on Netflix at home. The movie itself is not what I thought it was going to be, though. It's basically like a whodunit, dressed up in like a crime cartel movie that has great actors all over it. I mean, you got Steven Yeun, you got Teyana Taylor, which I did not know she was in, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, the guy, I'm forgetting his name, Bernthal, I want to say. He's someone who I'm not there yet. That phase is going to come at some point, but I'm not. I kind of just end up accidentally avoiding everything he's in. Yeah, it was Bernthal. Okay, cool. He's in there. Yeah, like Teyana Taylor's great. Doesn't really do much. Is kind of like a one-trick pony in the movie. Like she's just counting. She's counting bills the whole movie. Eric, thank you for becoming a member. Hey, bro, love your vids. Do you have a favorite comic book? I don't read comic books all that often, and I didn't really grow up on them too much. But I used to love the Bone comics. You know, Bone? That used to be my shit. I got into Pun Pun. If that counts, last year. I still haven't finished it. But yeah. Appreciate the membership. I wish I had a more interesting answer for you. I don't think I've ever read a Marvel comic or any superhero comic. It's embarrassing. I see that phase coming in my future. Like one day I will get into comics. I can tell. I knew climbing was coming. Like rock climbing. I knew that was in the future, and then it happened, and then it just exploded, and it became my favorite thing in the world. So I just give it some time. I'll have stacks. But yeah, The Rip, it's, you know, I really love the concept. I think it does a really great job building tension in each individual scene. The direction, the camera work, really shockingly good for 2026 Netflix movie. Like it looks better than it should. And obviously the actors are all doing their best. It's kind of a silly film at the end of the day, and not one I could take very, like, I didn't know. It's very similar to The Town in that it's like I wasn't aware how serious I was supposed to be taking it. Like everything with the ending and the beach and the sunset, I was like, this is ridiculous what we're doing here. Why are they here? There's an incredibly weird moment in the ending, and maybe I'm just reading it wrong. Maybe I like tapped out for a second, but like they like hear voices. There's like a woman with her dog or her kid or something, but like there's voices coming that aren't from her, but are from like somewhere else, and both Matt Damon and Ben Affleck like look at each other like they're both hearing the voices at the same time. Was it meant to be that woman? Because your mouth isn't moving. Like it's not made clear that that's her making those noises. But basically the point is, in the end, they both hear voices in their head together, and then they look at the sunset, and then the credits roll. It's just a weird moment. Even if, I will say, okay, so even if it is the mom off screen, it's still like, so the gist is they both hear that. They both look at each other and share a moment. What's supposed to be communicated there, I'm not entirely sure. And then it's like they look off into the sunset. It's like 5 a.m. And it's, you know, I can't tell. They have to have known that was a little silly. All that said, I kind of liked it. I'm like, I'll take this. It's interesting. But yeah, it was fun. It was entertaining. The first act sucks. I don't think I even touched on that, but like gets off to a rough start. Like it takes a second to get going. Once they're like in the movie, once they're in the house, that's when it really like starts to take off. The script is really quite bad. I haven't heard a script drop the word fuck that often in a long time. I mean, it reminds me of like Burn After Reading John Malkovich, the way they're just like, you gotta get to the fucking house, and there's a fucking money, and if you don't fucking, and I'm like, can we just chill out? This is crazy. So that was an issue, but pretty good time, all things considered. I wouldn't recommend that. If you're not, what I'll say, if you're considering checking it out, look at the poster on Letterboxd, see how that makes you feel. If you're not sold on it off that alone, don't even bother. The poster pretty much, you get what you asked for. Um, we're not talking about Primate. I still have to see Primate. On a more positive note, I saw The Bone Temple, which I was very excited by, just because of like what people were saying. I was kind of not expecting it to be very good before the reviews, just because I knew it was kind of based on how 28 Years Later ended, and I, like most people who saw that film, thought the ending was the worst part. And it was just in what is a very kind of like dark and, I mean, like, serious movie. The Jimmies, the blonde guys, just seemed to like bring in a whole new tone that felt really off and awkwardly placed, especially in 28 Years Later. That said, they really work in this. Get this, when they establish them as like key characters off the jump and actually like let you know about them a bit more, they kind of work. I thought, I wish I knew the actor's name. I keep forgetting his name, but the lead Jimmy, he was fantastic. Especially when he like kind of takes the mask off when he finally meets Ray Fiennes, and like you have this moment as like a viewer of like, you don't know how much he's manipulating him at first. You don't know. I mean, I don't mean to spoil the film, but it's like, it's this really great moment of them acting within the film and like trying to figure out what's trying to be achieved. Like, just seeing them kind of read each other felt very animalistic is maybe the right word. Like, it felt so like two beasts like sizing each other up, and I loved that. I loved every scene with those two together. I thought Samson stuff was great. Just loved the fact that like they take everything that was like kind of intriguing about Jack O'Connell, of course. They take everything that people were like singling out about the first one, 28 Years Later, and they like really go harder with it. Like, more Samson is such the right call. I mean, great performance. Great to just see more of him. I'm not going to talk about Samson feels like we're drifting into spoiler territory, so I don't want to talk too much about that. But yeah, I was just I feel like I've been telling friends this, like, I feel like I got to know the characters a bit better in this movie, and I know that's like a good and a bad thing to some people. Like, some people I've heard have been calling this like just set up for the third film, like it's an in-between movie, which, fair. I don't think it has as much to say about the apocalypse or like grief the way 28 Years Later did. 28 Years Later felt like a singular piece about grief, and in some ways about like the pandemic, obviously. I'm not spoiling. But I'm like, if the movie's entertaining, if it's thrilling, if it's funny, I'm like, that's kind of all I need. Like, it's nice to see these kinds of movies, which typically try to say a lot about society and about, you know, the apocalypse and whatnot, kind of like scale things back and just focus on thrills. I mean, this is what that looks like, and I thought it worked really well. I had a very good time watching this movie. I feel like I'm being vague, man. There's some major things that happen in this that I'm not even touching. Did you like Nia DaCosta's direction? I did. I really did. I'm unfamiliar with her work. I still haven't seen Hedda, and I was eyeing her filmography. I thought there was maybe one other that I've seen, but like, mostly I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know her that well as a filmmaker. I was also skeptical because like part of what I loved so much about 28 Years Later was the iPhone cinematography and like just how weird Danny Boyle got with it. Like, he added a lot of excitement and energy to it. And this is obviously a lot more scaled back, but I don't think it really loses that much. I mean, yeah, you could ask like, maybe this would have been cooler with a Danny Boyle camera style, but I think she did a great job. it's still like, it was still scary. It was still gross, still energetic. Like, I don't think you lose the energy of this world with a different director, which is good. The third one is greenlit? I think it is, right? I would assume so. That third one is going to be amazing. I would hope so. Dude, who's directing it, I guess, is the question. It would be funny if, like, Alex Garland wrote all of these and then came in as the director for the third one. And I don't know how I would feel about that. But he's really been just killing the scripts. I mean, it'll be Boyle. That's so weird to, like, skip over one movie. But I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Are you participating in Fantastic Beasts February? I didn't know that was a thing. I got better things to do. Alex Garland is such a fantastic director and storyteller. The hate is super uncalled for, in my opinion. I don't mean to dog on Alex Garland all the time. I let me make it clear. I like a good amount of his movies. Love Ex Machina. Love Annihilation. I've found myself getting warmer on Civil War. A lot to appreciate about Civil War. Warfare was interesting. Conceptually, maybe not as interesting of a watch. Men was a disaster. But that's besides the point. Even though Men, though, is like visually strong. He's a very, like, he's got good visual instincts. He's a strong writer. I just think he, like, sometimes the way he directs things makes his movies out to be more profound or take themselves too seriously for what they are. I think that's what's so great about, I think Annihilation, like, finds a nice balance of, it has a lot of fun with itself, gets really weird and absurd. I think he does science fiction really well. And certainly, like, builds, I mean, his movies always have, like, one or two scenes where that just, like, make me feel like shit, and I appreciate that about him. But Men has ballers, Karsten. Men is just not, it's just not an interesting enough movie to, like, even open up a discussion of. Like, I'm not even gonna open that one up because it's just not that kind of movie. Civil War, there's more to be said. Men, I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Also, who are the ballers in question? That's a good point. Did you see David Ehrlich's year-end vid? It was so dope. Of course I did. I watch it every year. It's always a great time. It's funny. It's gotten to the point where it's like, if I pick up on a theme throughout a couple movies throughout the year, I'm like, well, he's probably going to throw that in the edit. And then he ends up, like, finding shit that I never even picked up on as far as, like, trends across films that you can use in an edit. I was like, it's so entertaining every year. Eric, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on Akira? You rated it, but no review. Is that true? That surprises me. I've seen it twice, maybe 3 times. It's been a while since the last time I watched it. I really like it, though. It's one of the most beautiful animated movies of all time. Like, kind of overwhelmingly beautiful in that regard. But it's been many years. I'm a little, like, hazy on what exactly the movie is about or, like, what happened in it because it's been so long. But I like Akira. John is here. Everybody say hello to our mod, John. Love Exposure, why only 4 stars? We'll talk about it. I don't think I haven't really, like, touched on Love Exposure, but that was this week's film club movie. It was a journey. I really liked it. And it's probably, honestly, like, I was thinking about it this morning, maybe more of a 4.5 than a 4. It's just heavy, man. It's a lot to process. I couldn't throw myself immediately into a 5-star with that one. How have you done with Japanuary? It's been a really bad Japanuary. I think I've watched 3 movies. Though I was telling a friend I think I can count Love Exposure as like 2 because it was 4 hours long. Winter predictions. Predictions are right now. Let's get into it. That is the Golden Globes website, not Gold Derby. Where did you watch Love Exposure? It's on Internet Archive. Okay. Loading this up. Why is that the way it is? 1 second. Companion sweep. It could happen. That would be crazy. What about 325? No, what about 300? What about 350? I'm sorry. You guys have no idea what I'm doing right now. 375. How about that? Try 390. Okay. And then window capture. Gold Derby. I'm getting there. Oh my God, you're going to make me log in. Hey Carson, did you see this meme on the Oscar race subreddit? I did not. I don't know what you're talking about. What is the meme? Were you guessing your password? No, that would have been funny though. That's a good bit. I was cropping my camera to fit in the custom border I made because for some reason it reset. I didn't even realize that. His password is password. It's true. Okay. How do I... Okay. Let's do it. I think it's set. Okay. Gold Derby. Gold Derby. Let's start with Best Picture. I don't know how much I'm going to change here. Right now I have... Oh, no. I'm going to change some stuff. I take that back. Right now, I have one battle after another. Hamnet, Sinners, Sentimental Value, Marty Supreme, Frankenstein, It Was Just an Accident, The Secret Agent, No Other Choice, Begonia. I'm taking out No Other Choice. There's not a single chance that makes it. I am going to keep It Was Just an Accident. I'm going to add Train Dreams. I'm going to go with the basic top 10 that everybody else has, is what I'm saying. This is... You got to switch to awards expert for the next season. Listen, man, people who tuned in earlier will know that I tried to set up awards expert, but they don't have it on the web browser. Like I have to do it on my phone. F1 Sneak. I don't think it's got it. I don't think F1's got it. I think it would need like a lot more momentum in other categories, which it doesn't really have. It was basically like non-existent from, not that this matters, it was non-existent at the Globes. Hasn't been performing that well outside of this. Like, I just don't think it's gonna do it. I think it was just an accident, while not doing that well, is still in conversation, which F1 is not. Maybe Blue Moon. Blue Moon also not really picking up in the way I thought it would, to be honest with you. But this feels pretty safe. I don't think... Best Picture is not the shakiest category we have for tomorrow morning. This is my final predictions. Save and exit. Best Director. I currently have Paul Thomas Anderson winning as well. Chloe Zhao, Joachim Trier, Ryan Coogler, Jafar Panahi. I don't think it's going to be Jafar Panahi, I'll be honest with you. He's on the edge. Well... I want to do something crazy for that 5th slot. I don't want to put in Josh Safdie. Like, people are saying it's probably going to be Josh Safdie. I just don't... for some reason, I don't see it. What makes you say he's 100% getting in? Like, I'm out of the loop. I know people like Marty Supreme a lot. I know it's like caught up and has a lot of momentum, but like, I just feel like in the director's category, there's always like one sneak, and it doesn't always end up being the top 5. So I'm like, who's it actually going to be? Put Yorgos in. I was talking to my roommate today. He was really confused at why Yorgos is like not at all an option. And I was like, I guess I don't know. I don't really know why he's not an option. Like, but he's just not. If the rest of the people say he's not, then he's not. Fuck Frankenstein, but Frankenstein? I don't know. I don't know if like Guillermo is, to be honest with you, deep down, I can see it being Kleber Mendoza Filio. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Also, I was called out in my what I watched. I did not know Filio basically means like junior, and I referred to him as just Filio, and people were like, "You're just calling him junior," and I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't know." Like that's my sneak prediction. That's where I'm like, what if he just snuck his way in? I'm going to do that. I want to be crazy. We got nothing to lose here. And that would be really funny. I would be bummed. I think I would rather Junior. What are these predictions based off of? Well, that 5th slot is vibes. I think at a certain point, you can analyze. I guess you're asking the percentages. Like, this is a bunch of data, I guess, pulled from like other awards, wins, nominations. I mean, I don't know what they do to be completely. I don't have the answer, but as far as how I go about this, it's vibes at a certain point. What about Park Chan-wook? Should be there. Probably won't. Is the stream doing numbers? I didn't even check. Oh, shit. It kind of is. That's crazy. Those are the notes. Okay. That's the awards expert. Gold Derby. I knew you could see all of it. It was fine. I got nothing to hide, man. You know where you've seen these live streams before. People are overrating the fuck out of No Other Choice. I don't think they are. I think like they're looking for something to hate on. I feel like No Other Choice is one of the safest, most likable movies of this award season, and the hate for that one specifically feels a little forced. I'm surprised. Like, I mean, I've been off Twitter, so I really don't. Like every time I go on, they're saying some crazy shit, so I don't really know what is being hated on that much these days. I hear like One Battle is getting the treatment, which is to be expected as the front runner, but I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'll lock this in. Best Actress, I have Jessie Buckley, Renata Reinsve, Emma Stone, Amanda Seyfried, and Rose Byrne. I'm pretty on the money here. These are old predictions, but I was pretty good. I'll be real. I don't think Amanda Seyfried has it. The question is Chase Infinity or Kate Hudson. They say the odds are in Chase Infinity, which is kind of surprising. I don't really know why. I feel like she's like been struggling the whole season. It's giving me, and this is not just because it's another PTA movie, but it's giving me, actually it's very similar, Alana Haim in Licorice Pizza, where it's like she was on the edge whole season. And I know Licorice Pizza didn't perform nearly as well as One Battle, so it's a different story. But I'm just like, I don't know why they rarely go for this kind of like first big break performance, right? And the thing, my other case for, but basically, who would replace her? Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue. Like, that's, I don't know. I feel like they're campaigning so hard for Song Sung Blue. At least in LA, I see like a million Song Sung Blue billboards. And it would feel weird if they didn't sneak at least one nom in there for this movie. I think I'm going to be crazy and put Kate Hudson in. People are going to be mad about it. But I think I'm going with my hunch here. I'm not really that confident in this. Like, I would not put money down on that. But, you know, that's why I'm like, I got nothing to lose. Let's be a little crazy. Best actor, Timothée Chalamet, Ethan Hawke, Leonardo DiCaprio, Michael B. Jordan, Wagner Moura. This I'm pretty solid on. I don't really want to move this. This category, I will stay safe. That's going to backfire big time. Let it. At least I put everything out there, you know? Michael B. Jordan's going to miss. Is he, though? There's a lot of love for that performance and for Michael B. Jordan in general. I feel like I know there is for Jesse Plemons, too, but there just seems to be a lot of love for Sinners and his performance specifically. Jordan's not making it. I need you to back this up. I agree. In what world would he miss? I just don't see that happening. He's been a lock since the movie came out. Lock that in. Best Supporting Actress, Tiana Taylor, Elle Fanning, Ariana Grande, Inga Ipsdotter Lilias, and Amy Madigan. Ariana Grande's probably out, if I'm going to be honest. Elle Fanning apparently is out. Wunmi Mosaku has gained momentum. I agree with this. I'm not against this. That fifth slot. Now, this is when it gets crazy. We have Odessa Zion. Or, I guess, it's between her and Elle Fanning. I just don't see Ariana Grande getting it, to be honest with you. I think Elle Fanning has a better chance than Ariana. My friend said Gwyneth Paltrow is the one to look out for. I don't think I agree with him. Though that would be crazy. I would love to see Odessa get in. My case for Odessa, and I know she's like listed here as the top 5, so it wouldn't be like unexpected, I guess. I guess it's to like people are predicting it. But she's kind of the Monica Barbaro, is that her name, from last year, in a complete unknown, where it's like she snuck in last minute. It was like a, last minute surge. The Academy hated weapons. Well, Amy Madigan is not even in the conversation. She's gonna be in there. Like, that's not. I think people just want to see Odessa Zion. I mean, she's great in the movie. It's the kind of performance too where it's like when you walk away from Marty Supreme, you're like you're thinking about her, and that's saying a lot for a movie dominated by Timmy. It's like I think people leave that movie being like, oh, she was really good. Mosaku will win. What? What are you talking about? In what world? I feel like I could be wrong. I think Tiana Taylor has it in the bag. The Amy Madigan thing would be insane, unless it's a Jamie Lee Curtis situation, but we're not going to unpack this. We've already been over this. Inga Ipsdotter Lilias, while I would love to see that, I don't see that happening at all. And Wunmi Mosaku, like, I feel like there's a lot of ground to make up. I'm going to put Odessa in. If I'm going to be honest, like, as far as who I want to win this, I would go Odessa. I would pick her. That's my favorite performance here, I think. Next to Inga. Lock it in, man. Fuck it. Best Supporting Actor, Sean Penn, Stellan Skarsgård, Paul Mescal, Benicio del Toro, Jacob Elordi. This is pretty solid. I mean, look at the odds. I don't like to look at the odds too much, but like it drops off from 92% to 5%. As much as I would love, I disagree with this lineup, first of all. If it was a perfect world, I would take out Paul. I'd probably take out Benicio del Toro. I'd take out Jacob Elordi. I'd keep Stellan and Sean Penn. I'd add in Delroy Lindo. I'd add in Andrew Scott. I would add William H. Macy, and that would be the perfect lineup. Anyway, this is what it's going to be. The winner, I think, is probably going to be Stellan. I think the Globes win just changed some things. It switched some things around. I'm more confident about this category. The noms are pretty locked in. I agree Penn's not winning. That was an old prediction. I don't think Josh O'Connor has any shot. Best adapted screenplay, One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Begonia, No Other Choice, Frankenstein? What am I... Oh, I left out Train Dreams in place of No Other Choice. That's not going to happen. This is... They got this one right. This is probably going to be what happens. Because, yeah, I don't even... There's nothing even close. I guess No Other Choice is, yeah, the only thing that could upset. Wake Up Dead Man's missed out on a lot. There's no shot. Locking that one in. Best original screenplay, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Marty Supreme, It Was Just an Accident, Jay Kelly. I hate to kill Jay Kelly like this, but it's not going to make it. I've been reading some things. Sorry Babies, apparently, like, pretty there. I know they have it just below The Secret Agent here. And, like, you know, I wouldn't be upset about that. But, like, the thing about the screenplay category is it always sneaks in a nom for a movie that, like, didn't get anything else. And so it would make sense if Sorry Baby made it in here. It's also a great screenplay. Really stands out in its screenplay. Like, when you watch it, you're like, this is a screenplay movie. Best original screenplay usually does have a cool pick. And I think they would go with Sorry Baby as a cool pick. The Julia Roberts campaign, man. Don't doubt it. Change to Sinners. Sentimental Value just isn't going to win. I'm really not focused on wins right now. I don't like wins for some of these. That's a whole nother can of worms. I probably like, I'm not gonna do that quite yet. You're probably right, but I'm not gonna do that quite yet. I'm keeping Sentimental Value at the top. Not Caught Stealing, bro. I guess, yeah, we got to consider Caught Stealing in these conversations. One Battle. Okay, best casting. I have Marty Supreme, Sinners, One Battle, Hamnet, and Sentimental Value. Pretty locked in on that. Surratt's doing a lot in its casting campaign. Like, people are trying to get Surratt in the conversation more. But I think this is pretty solid. I think these are pretty strong. I would love to see Marty Supreme win. I don't think it's gonna, realistically. I can see Sinners winning, but not Marty Supreme. Why isn't this... Okay, it's not letting me. Whatever. Best cinematography, One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Sinners, Frankenstein, Train Dreams. Streets are saying Hamnet's out. Because it's not performing in, like, the cinematography categories as well as it should be. There's not as much enthusiasm for it as there is for Darius Kanji. So I'm going to be that guy and replace it with Marty Supreme. That could be ridiculous. The cinematography category is also one that usually goes with some cool picks. And so that's not to say Marty Supreme's a cooler pick. I'm saying, like, I could see them squeezing in, like, Begonia. Or fucking, they're the types to put in Sound of Falling in a slow year. They're not going to do that this year. This year was really strong. So, but I'm just like, this feels weirdly safe. And I'm gonna hang on this category for a second because I'm not sold on it quite yet. I would love it if 28 Years was here. Yes, I agree. I think Hamnet gets in here. I'm only confident about this because I had this conversation this morning, and my roommate and we watched the trailers back to back, which is not how you analyze these things. But I was like, you look at Marty Supreme next to Hamnet. I feel like Marty Supreme's just a bit showier, you know? No, it shouldn't. Not 28 Years. 28 years would be the cool pick. Let's be real. It would be so crazy to see an iPhone movie get a cinematography nom. And it would deserve it, man, because maybe not the win, but like to recognize that would be crazy and significant. You got to open your mind a bit, open your heart. Train Dreams should win. I've been over this. I got mixed feelings on the Train Dream cinematography. There's parts of it that are absolutely gorgeous, parts of it that feel really kind of misplaced for what it's going for. I think I'm going to lock this in. I feel I'm some of these are safe picks. I guess that wasn't a safe lineup, but costume design: Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, Hamnet, Sinners, The Testament of Anne Lee. Testament of Anne Lee. They're having it make it. It's like neck and neck with Marty Supreme. I don't know. Chat, what's the read on Hedda? Are we rocking with the costumes in Hedda? Does it have a shot? I've seen Anne Lee, and it like would be a contender, though the movie itself has not performed very well awards-wise. Yeah, because I don't really see it. If it misses out on everything but just gets costumes, that feels weird. Like, I don't see that happening. Had to miss the BAFTA long list. Interesting. Anne Lee maybe making original song? No, I don't think so. I think last I checked, original song's pretty locked in. Anaconda has great costume. I'll take your word for it. If Frankenstein wins cinematography, I'm going to be depressed. I will say that, like, we kind of glossed over that Frankenstein is a lock for cinematography, and that really shouldn't be the case. Like, I kind of trust the branch to have better taste than that. Not that it's a bad looking movie, but it's really like not it. The cinematography, it's what's the word? Devaluing the production design and what's actually on screen. Like, it doesn't show it in a way that like really, you know, makes you feel the way you're supposed to feel. Like, it's really uninspired. It's lousy. It's fine, but I'm like, of everything that came out this year, I don't think the Frankenstein cinematography is like a top 5. Airless. That's the perfect way to describe. Yeah, it's a little airless. Thin Ice Buddy. I know. Hey. Nope. It's a good movie. I'm gonna take out Anne Lee. I'm gonna throw in Marty Supreme. I'm playing it safe in some of these tech categories. As far as wins, I don't fucking know. Probably Frankenstein. You're right. You said the sun is shining into the camera in like 70%. I started reading that and thought you were talking about me, and I was like, are you seeing something that I'm not seeing? But that is true. The lighting is so off in the movie. It really like dulls out what's on screen. And I'm like, what? Shouldn't we be looking at the detail that Guillermo del Toro talks about in every interview? Like, why did he shoot it this way if that's clearly what he cares about so much? Like, it doesn't... Why does Nightmare Alley look so much better than Frankenstein despite the same team? I don't... It's so... That's a fascinating question, and it's something I've thought about a lot because I do think Nightmare Alley looks incredible. I love the way Nightmare Alley looks. And, like, I was going into Frankenstein with that in mind. I was like, oh, I've been really digging the way these new Guillermo del Toro movies look. Like, I'm probably going to be on board with this. And then it was just like, I was so... like, I was trying really hard to like the look of it and really struggling. But I'm not saying the movie's bad, to be clear. This is all very negative for a movie that I don't dislike. I really liked it on a rewatch. I'm just like, it's not the most interesting pick, is where I'm coming from. Editing. One battle after another. Sinners, Hamnet, F1, Marty Supreme. They're saying F1's locked. I kind of agree with that. I remember that being a notable aspect of it. 7% for sentimental value. Are you serious? That's surprising to me. I thought for a long time that sentimental value was more of like a lock for the editing. Marty Supreme should win easily. I don't. My personal pick here, probably One Battle. I think One Battle does have some really good editing. Hamnet's good editing. Hamnet is well edited too. Sinners, sort of. I thought Sinners could have like trimmed itself up a bit more, but maybe that's not an editing problem. F1 is like, I don't care what you say about the movie, it is well edited. And Marty Supreme, yeah. I want to glance at the other options we have here. Yeah, I mean, these are kind of our guys. There's good editing all around, but Blue Moon would be interesting. 0% chance. Yeah, these are kind of the guys. I don't have a problem with this. The Secret Agent would be a great pick. It would be a crazy pick. The editing there, I feel like, is kind of divisive. I feel like some people don't really mess with the pace and rhythm of that movie, but No Other Choice. People get like, yes, the No Other Choice editing's good. I think people have grouped in all of the crazy choices that No Other Choice makes in its filmmaking into like they think it, I mean, yes, it is a combination of all of them. I don't think the editing is as impressive as like what he's doing with the camera. I mean, the editing's really good, but sometimes when people talk about editing, they're talking about like motion, or not motion graphics, but I mean, sometimes on YouTube they are. But I'm just like, the edit is solid, but I don't think that's what you're excited about. There's so many shooters for No Other Choice in this chat. I mean, I think maybe I'm not as loud about it because I've already prepped myself for disappointment. We went through this with Decision to Leave, which I'm like, where were all of you that year? You were here, but like, it wasn't as loud. And maybe people are louder this year because they're like, if this misses out, then we have no hope, because this movie felt destined to do well on a larger scale. And I've accepted that it probably won't do very well. I mean, it's got a 2% chance in editing. What does that say? The match cuts go so crazy. I gotta rewatch it, man. It's been a while. It's been months. I'll lock this in. Makeup and hairstyling. Frankenstein. Wicked for Good. The Smashing Machine. Sinners. And then I never filled out the fifth slot. Guys, I have a crazy fifth slot pick. This is my craziest prediction of tomorrow. Why is it the sixth slot? It's going in. It's going to happen. I don't even know if I want to elaborate, but super bet it. Not in a million years. I want you guys to check in with me tomorrow morning when it happens. This category, the makeup and hairstyling category, always does some bullshit. That's where you see, I've done this like Oscar challenge 2 years now. The weirdest and sometimes worst movies that I watch for that are in this category. They will pull out some bullshit. They will do weird things that you didn't even think were options. The Alto Knights is that movie. I know that, like, you're probably like, I know what's going on in your head. You're like, oh, you're thinking of Golda. You're thinking of, what is it, Border, Suicide Squad. And those maybe had different paths to their nominations than Alto Knights. But I'm just saying, Alto Knights, very showy about its makeup. I feel like they got Rob De Niro behind it. They've talked a lot about the makeup for that movie. I think it's going to happen. Let's just check in with me tomorrow is all I'm saying. Just check in with me. See how I'm doing. My DMs will be open. Best production design: Frankenstein, Wicked for Good, Sinners, Hamnet, Avatar: Fire and Ash. Avatar: Fire and Ash is missing. Marty Supreme's getting in. There's a lot of talk about the Marty Supreme production design. Jack Fisk, iconic production designer. This feels pretty straightforward, I would say. I don't really see... I know one battle is like, on the edge, but I don't think it has a chance over these kinds of beasts. No, Opus is wild. Forgot about Opus. Best score. Okay. And now I have some even crazier predict. This is my other crazy prediction, but I have to choose who gets knocked out. One battle after another, not going anywhere. Sinners, not going anywhere. Hamnet, let me loop back to that. Frankenstein, probably not going anywhere. Marty Supreme, God, I hope so. The score category disappoints me. I mean, you saw what happened last year. We don't need to rehash that. But some of you are already on me. You already know what I'm talking about. I'm kicking Hamnet. I'm putting in Surratt. Moving on. Moving on. I don't even want to talk about it. I think Surratt's going to happen. I think it's happening. Moving on. Best song: Golden, Sinners, Wicked for Good, Diane Warren, of course, Train Dreams. I'm not like super clued in on the song category. You guys are mad, but again, like, you have to do this kind of shit. Listen, I've been at this for years. I've been doing this online for a while now. I know the minds of these people that are choosing these nominations. Like, you have to get crazy because it's going to be a crazy morning. It's not going to be normal out there. It's not going to be normal. So you can't come at it from a normal mindset. That's your first mistake, all right? If I'm crazy, that means I'm on the right path. But this feels right. Best sound: F1, Sinners, Avatar: Fire and Ash, one battle after another. I can get down with that. They're saying Surratt. They're saying Surratt for this one. Shout out to the Mastermind score, even though it's getting nothing. Thank you, man. Someone's bringing some sense into this chat. Yeah, exactly. I guess, like, if I'm putting Surratt in score, I gotta double down and, like, believe them when they say it's gonna get sound. We've had the Warfare conversation already. We don't need to rehash the fact that it wasn't even shortlisted. Kind of offensive. Mission Impossible got a big Sound Guild nom. Good to know. What about Hamnet's sound is calling to you? Why are we predicting that? Shout out everything from the Mastermind, even though it's getting nothing. Should have been a Josh O'Connor moment. Should have been a director moment. Cinematography. Score. I could go on. You're kind of getting me with that Mission Impossible chat. that's getting in my head a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Why is it letting me choose so many? I'm gonna take out Surratt. I'm gonna put in Mission Impossible. This is the kind of fucked up shit I'm thinking. Like, I think Surratt's gonna miss sound and get score. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Best visual effects. Avatar, Fire and Ash, of course. Wicked for Good, maybe. Superman, of course. F1, I guess. Yes. Now I'm remembering. Frankenstein, of course. This feels good. This feels solid. Sinners. I don't see Sinners like doesn't really stand out VFX wise. I don't know what the narrative. Sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see it. Wicked is there for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of VFX in Wicked. I mean, it's a silly category because obviously Avatar, Fire and Ash is going to get it, but the question is who else is in here? Yeah, Frankenstein's VFX are kind of what bring it down in a lot of ways, but it's still going to make it. Yeah, I'm on board with this. I'm not going to go too crazy here. I know, man. Animated feature, interesting one this year. K-pop Demon Hunters, Elio, Zootopia, Arco, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain. People are saying to look out for Demon Slayer. I've not seen it yet, but I did see like a clip, like a for your consideration thing, and was like, wow, that shit looks beautiful. I would love to watch Demon Slayer, but I think I'm going to be confused. Anyone who's seen it, is that true? Of course, you just look at the Razzie nominees after this. Are they out? I also, guys, you gotta remember, I'm not like really paying attention to the rank of these. I think K-pop's got it in the bag. I agree with you. Zootopia's over Elio chance-wise. Arco's over Elio. Elio's like on the edge, in my opinion. Like, I do gotta watch the show. I also want to see Chainsaw Man. You have the correct nominations. Okay. Thank you for the reassurance. Best documentary feature? I think Perfect Neighbor's going to win. I've heard very little about these. Which one's the 5-hour one? There was a 5-hour one, but I'm like forgetting which one, what it's called. Is 2,000 meters the 5-hour one? Amoeba, thank you for the super chat. Do you think PTA or any of the cast is going to talk about ICE, or are the criticisms of them cosplaying as political accurate? I'm sure that it'll come up if it comes up. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm like surprised it wasn't talked about more at the Golden Globes by like anyone who won. Or I mean, I saw some red carpet stuff. I mean, I don't know how to answer that question. I can't. I'm obviously like probably should speak up on it in some way, given what the movie's about. But who's to say, man? Who's to say? They're all. I mean, everybody involved in that movie. I guess Sean Penn, like aside, like Leo and PTA don't do a lot of interviews or don't like speak out about things that often. I know Leo's got like he does a lot of activism, but it's like. I read people save their big political speeches for the Oscars because doing it at the Globes hurts your Oscar chances. That's crazy, man. That's like who even? That's insane, actually. If that's true, that's really crazy. We have not talked about Love Exposure yet. Okay, wait. Did I miss it? Part 1 last air in Moscow? Wait, where is it? Am I dumb? My Undesirable Friends. Okay. Because that's... Sorry, I'm reading chat. I feel like Undesirable Friends has gotten an insane amount of hype. Like, the people who have seen it love it. So I kind of feel like I have to. I know there's, like, a narrative behind the fact that it is 5 hours, and, like, that means, like, people haven't seen it. But I just have a hunch that it will make it. And then I'll go safe for the rest of them. I don't know anything about the doc, so I really can't speak on this category. Besides that, that's the only thing I really know. But yeah, I'll lock in the Alabama solution, knowing nothing about it. Best international film. This is when things get interesting. Sentimental Value, The Secret Agent. It was just an accident. No other choice. The Voice of Heinrich. I have Surat missing. I don't agree with that. I think Surat's going to make it. Voice of Heinrich is out. Carson, my son wrote a report on you for a class as his favorite influencer. That's crazy. Is that true? That's amazing. I would love to read that. Assuming you're telling the truth. I get asked by people all the time in DMs. They're like, I have to do a report on like film criticism or like YouTubers. Can I interview you? And I don't say yes often. But that's cool to hear. You should show up at his school. Moving on. Best animated short. I'm just winging it here. You know I don't know anything about this. Best live documentary short. Same thing. Best live action. Same thing. I don't know anything about these. Have I seen any of these? Were any of these at the... No. Have I seen The Singers? I may have seen that. I could be completely wrong. I'm trying to remember. Okay, anyway. And that's going to do. Those are the predictions. We got some crazy ones tomorrow. To quickly gloss over the crazy ones. Alto Nights in Makeup. Remember that. Kate Hudson. Remember that. Surat and Score. And what was the other crazy one? Supporting actor? No. Supporting actress? Odessa's not crazy. Sorry Baby, an original screenplay. That's a little crazy. I think that's it. Nothing else is too crazy. Who's director again? Oh yeah, and Kleber. Is that how you say it, by the way? Kleber? Remember that. It's going to be an interesting morning. Do the Razzies? Okay, wait. I missed it in chat. Are they out? This time I am going to hide my screen. Let me check. Razzie Award nominations. They're out. Okay. The fuck? I hate the Razzies, man. I genuinely hate the Razzies. Watch the Razzie nominations? No. Full list of nominations. Am I going to do this, man? I don't know if I want to do this. I don't. First of all, I haven't seen, just a quick glance, I haven't seen most of these. I'm just going to Oh, wait. These are the Razzie nominations. Worst Picture, The Electric State. Haven't seen it. Hurry Up Tomorrow. Kind of expected. Snow White. Kind of expected. Star Trek. I didn't even know that was a thing. War of the Worlds, of course. Okay. Kind of expected so far. Worst Actor. Dave Bautista. I didn't even know that existed. Ice Cube, of course. Alarum. Tron Ayers. Jared Leto. See, I got nothing to add to this. Razzie content feels icky. It's just like, why? It's just predictable. I'm like, these are just, we know this, you know? Give me something crazy. Worst actress. The Razzies, they're often wrong. I have nothing here that I can back up quite yet. But, like, I'm not gonna... The Alto Knights, man. I mean... It made something. Worst director. Trey Edward Schultz. Again, I haven't seen Hurry Up Tomorrow. That is kind of crazy. Worst screenplay. Did I read Materialist is in here somewhere? Or is that not... Whatever, dog. This is... Well, anyway, those were my my nomination predictions. No Materialists. I thought I saw something that was like Materialists is in the Razzies, but I guess not. What's next? I guess we could talk about Love Exposure. I'm scared to talk about Love Exposure, if I'm going to be honest. Who shows up to the Razzies? Didn't Sandra Bullock do it one year? Same year she was nominated for an Oscar? Or am I wrong? When's the Karsten Awards? I literally, I've been thinking about it. I have to wait until I've watched enough documentaries. Like, I can't do it unless I've seen at least 5 documentaries to talk about, which is an embarrassing thing to admit, but I keep it 100% with you guys. I'm trying to be transparent. I haven't watched enough documentaries. Or maybe animated. No, I have enough animated. I didn't even know the Razzies had an IRL ceremony. Yeah, it's in like a hotel, I think. Which I guess so is the Golden Globes, right? But technically. She won her Razzie and Oscar in the same weekend? That's crazy. That's insane. Adam Sandler goes to the Razzies often? Oh, yeah, we have the call-ins. John. Oh, my God. We got more call-ins than I thought. One second. I'm going to mute this real quick just in case. I guess I could screen them. Wait, testing. Do you guys hear this? This is not a good way to test this. Do you guys hear this? Probably not. Send me your phone. I know. That's what I realized. I was like, well, I don't know how to watch Twinless before. I still got to watch Twinless. It's true. We can hear you. You can hear me. We can... Okay. Okay, we could do the call-ins later. I'm going to end the show with the podcasts. Or not podcasts, the the call-ins. I think I'm going to get into Love Exposure real quick, though. And do my best to talk about this insane movie. Before we do, though, if you're new here, which I'm assuming there are new people because there's I don't know, maybe it's probably the title of the stream. There's a lot of people here compared to usual. But we do a weekly film club over here, where we vote on a movie to watch next week, or the members do. And yeah, we talk about it. This week they voted on Love Exposure, the 4-hour epic by Sion Sono, which was interesting. I'm going to nominate not 4-hour long movies next week, but I didn't know it was 4 hours when I put it in the poll, but I'm glad we watched it. But yeah, before we talk about it, I wanted to throw it out there. What are some movies we should watch for next week? I usually open it up to chat to suggest a few, and then we vote on them. I'm out of options this week. I mean, I'll probably put Blade in there again because I keep wanting to watch Blade. Gattaca, I'm considering. Gattaca has been getting some love. I'd be open to it. Eyes Wide Shut, we just talked about Stanley Kubrick. I don't want to do another one. Babette's Feast, man. Babette's Feast. I'm going to put that one in as well. I've heard really good things about that. Okay, Blade. Babette's Feast. Eyes Without a Face. Swing Girls. The Fountain. Brazil. Maltese Falcon. I'd be down for the Maltese Falcon. Is next week the Super Bowl? A Snake of June. Inside 2007. Jack and Jill. Moon Age Daydream. Strictly Ballroom. I just watched Strictly Ballroom. That's crazy. Strangers on a Train. Carrie. I'm putting Gattaca in. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm reading. I'm scanning. Hellboy. When did the stream start? 12:30. We usually start at 1, though. Not Oy vey, my son is gay. Man, a lot of good options here. I will say I'll narrow it down this way because I'm pretty sure none of these. I'm actually positive none of these are. I'm gonna make that there's 4 options. There's 4 picks each week. I want that 4th one to be a Japanese film. So to narrow things down, I know I see Fireworks. Eastern or Central? Pacific. There's always Fireworks. Face of Another. Listen, I will say, I hear you with Fireworks. I hear you. But Face of Another has been on my watch list for literally years. So I really want to watch Faces of Another. Or Face of Another. Let me just get the title right. I'm going to put that one in. I don't even know if it's going to get voted for. The Face of Another. I'm fucking with that. Okay. I think I've locked it in. I feel comfortable with these. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Eddie's Roses. Can the public vote? Unfortunately, this is a members-only perk. But if you want to consider supporting the channel, it's a good way to do so. You get this. You get some fun emojis, such as the one right now. Sending them. You get access to these. And you play me in Cine 2 Nerdle every stream. And you get to vote on the poll, most importantly. Okay. The nominees for next week are Blade, Babette's Feast, Gattaca, The Face of Another. The poll is live on the community tab for members. We will see who the winner is at the end of the stream. All right. Guys, let's talk about this week's movie. I don't know why I'm like not looking forward to this. And that is not to suggest I didn't like the movie. That is not what I'm saying. I just mean that it's a big one. It's a big one. Last week you guys voted on Love Exposure. It's the 2008 film directed by Sion Sono. Before I go any further, I'm more curious this week than ever. Who watched this movie? Did you guys watch the movie this week? Because that is really impressive. It's, watching a movie, it's always a joy. It's not a challenge to watch movies. But I'm just curious, like, how far you guys take your dedication to this podcast, Now, this is what I expected. This is more like... This is some pure honesty from the chat. Couple of you, yes. And I see you. I recognize you. That's good to see. But damn, yeah. This is definitely like... Usually when I ask that question, it's a lot of yeses. This week, not so much. And that's fair. That's fair. It's not only a hard movie to find. It's not available on any like major streaming platforms. I had to watch it on Internet Archive. So you already got that going for you. Hell no. And it's also 4 hours long. Just under. 3 hours, 56 minutes long. I'm sure you've heard of it, or you at least recognize the poster. If you look it up on Letterboxd. Iconic poster. Kind of shows up a lot. I've noticed, at least on like those crazy like movies to watch before you die lists, like mindfuck cinema lists. One of the most iconic Japanese movies of all time. Sion Sono is a really kind of, it's a complicated thing. Celebrated in some ways, a couple allegations in some other ways, but like a very famous, iconic Japanese filmmaker. This is his most popular, most celebrated film. Pretty undeniable. And the synopsis reads, the story of a teenage boy called Yu who falls for Yoko, a girl he runs into while working as an upskirt photographer in an offshoot of the porn industry. His attempts to woo her are complicated by a spot of cross-dressing, which convinces Yoko that she is lesbian. That's a basic way of putting it. There's a lot more to it than that. That's Act 1. Yeah. Did it in 3 sittings. Yeah, that's fair. I did it in 2 sittings, I'll admit. I'll own up to that. And by 2 sittings, it wasn't like so half and half. It was like, this movie's a little overrated, not gonna lie. It's still pretty good though. We'll talk about it. I kind of agree with you. I kind of don't. Cohen's ranked when? Next week. It's almost done. I'm finishing the edit today. What was I going to say? I watched the first hour. Was really blown away by how fast it went by. But then was like, I don't think I have it in me to watch the next 3 hours. It also, like, an hour in the title drops. And I was like, okay, that's a good place to pause for a moment. I would say if you are going to split it up into 2 parts to get the full experience, because it really feels like there's the first hour, and then the movie really, like, the title placement is justified. Like, that is when the movie really starts, which is crazy to say an hour into the film. But, like, that 3-hour chunk, in my opinion, should be watched in one sitting. First hour, you can split it up. Incredible title drop, yes. I would say the best way to do it is all in one sitting. Don't get me wrong. That is how you should do it. That's how you should do every movie, ideally. But if you're going to split up, that's my rec, at least. Because, the 3-hour, the last 3 hours are basically like one fluid story. As is the first, like, same with the first chunk. I thought that this was going to be more like episodic at first, just because of the structure of the first hour and then how it was like divided into chapters. But then you quickly realize like it's not going to be like that. What movie is the Cars talking about? Love Exposure, 2008. For how big it is, the film doesn't feel, this might be crazy to say. I wouldn't call it like an epic in the way you typically define an epic. Like, there are ultimately 5 main characters. It's pretty contained to where it's set, and it doesn't like get like, yes, there's a little bit of everything here. There's cults, there's perversions, there's religion, there's violence, there's mental institutions. There's a lot going on in this movie. But it feels like pretty contained to its world, at least to the people in the movie. There's 5 characters: Yu, Yoko, Koike, Aya, and Tetsu. 3 of them are teenagers. I'm actually like not entirely sure like how old exactly they are. They're teenagers though. They're in high school. And then 2 of them are adults. Something I feel that needs to be brought up because a lot of this film I feel like works in how it ties in adult life to the youth and the way like the whole movie is about trauma being passed down and like how fucked up these kids are from their parents and what they did to them, and how that comes out and how each of them respond to it in different ways. I mean, that's really the gist of the movie. and each person chooses to take it in like, and then it's that's not to say that like the parents are written so one-sided either. Also, they really only explore one parent, and that's Yu's dad, Tetsu. He's also a very fascinating character, and they briefly, not as much as the kids, touch on where he's coming from, and the unhealthy ways he copes with his own trauma. Basically, the film starts off with, and this is not a spoiler, this is the beginning of the movie, but Yu loses his mother, and through that, him and his father go down like two different routes of coping with this. His father becomes a priest, gets really into Christianity, and then Yu, it's a very like, it makes sense in the scope of the movie, but it won't really make sense to say it out loud now. Through a weird, convoluted series of events, he gets really into taking photos of girls from under their skirts. I mean, that's in the synopsis. And I thought that was a really interesting pairing, because they're basically like two sides of the same thing. Tetsu, while he is like, turns into like this man of God, he's still like having all these weird sex experiences in his life. I mean, everything that's going on between him and forgetting her name, Koike, or however you pronounce it. They have a very rocky relationship and sex life, especially considering everything that happened with his ex-wife. But it's interesting because it's like him being so into religion has to like hide a lot of his perversions and try to like cover them up. Whereas his son is out there just like in open daylight, like taking pictures of girls' skirts and doing all these like this crazy like not dance moves, but like cartwheels and choreography and just being a perv in broad daylight. And it's just an interesting pairing of like one person doing it so openly, but not out of like sexual desire, and then the other one being like deeply perverted, but having to like put on a face of like he's not a man of sin and all this stuff. Kaori? Okay, I don't know where I read Koike. I think I was reading it off Letterboxd. So anyway, that was you understand why I was not looking forward to talking about this movie. Because like to try and like put into words what is happening here makes it seem insane and honestly like kind of a mess of a film. But when you're watching it, it's shocking how fluid everything feels and how, I'm not going to say normal because it's absurd and ridiculous and the characters are very unlikable, but everything kind of like naturally falls into place and they unravel this world and these characters and their lives very naturally, which is, got to give credit to the edit of this thing, which is very bizarre, very choppy, very quick. But you never feel like lost or overwhelmed or like it's biting off more than it can chew. It's just a really well-paced film all the way through. I guess I should have led with that, is that like for 4 hours, it doesn't really feel that long in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't feel like a crazy amount of time has passed. It just feels like you get so sucked into it that it just kind of like it's over before you know it. But yeah, I feel like a theme is that desire is a colorful life. I mean, that's you could say that. Yeah, that's a simple way of putting it. Why is it 4 hours? Because there's these 5 characters and the film wants to fully dissect each of them. And the way it goes about it and their arcs, specifically Yu's arc, goes all over the place. I think it was justified. Like, I think they needed this much time to like get into their dynamics and how these relationships come and go, how certain things are realized. Like, you do need a full hour of what's going on with him as Miss Scorpion, as this like and whether Yoko knows it's him or not, like that is its own like movie in itself, and I feel like needed an hour to be like explored. And so that's just one example, but I will say they kind of split it up too. Like each hour feels like it's contained to one kind of plot. You could say that the back half things kind of get condensed and start toppling over each other, but it was originally 6 hours, but the director had to change it to 4. The 6-hour cut was put into a TV show instead. I did read that, yes. Which makes sense. I'd imagine if they cut anything, if like anything had to be cut down, it was probably the back half. But because that's the other thing, like it is tonally all over the place, if you can't tell too. Like there's parts of it that feel like an action movie, parts of it that feel like a high school romance, parts of it that feel like a horror movie. I mean, there's like family drama. Basically every genre is in this movie. It's funny, it's scary, it's really sad. I mean, it's really dark also. I mean, when they break down like where each of these kids are coming from, specifically in chapter 2 and 3, when they get into Yoko and Aya's backgrounds, it's like, it's really sad, man. And so it's I think that's also why it went by quick. I mean, you certainly feel the length. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to bullshit and say you don't feel the 4 hours, but it feels way more manageable. It's not a slow movie. And everything like kind of falls into place. There's not really a moment where I'm like, this could have been cut out, is basically what I'm trying to say. This low-key sounds like Euphoria. I didn't even think about that. It's kind of a better well, Euphoria is different, man. Euphoria also very much built to be a show, and is more about. I mean, there's like, yes, it is about like trauma, like showing itself in different ways. They explore a few different routes, whereas this really focuses in on sex and religion. I mean, that's on top of being about trauma. The movie's like basically one giant exploration of how sex and religion influence each other, how they're both used in destructive ways, how they relate to each other. I mean, that's the whole thing is pairing these two ideas together. And to try and like analyze that and get into it, it's like you're not gonna get this here right now. Like I can't even begin to. I also like there's a lot going in here with Catholicism and Christianity that I'm not clued into. I'm not an expert in that field, so it's like I can only understand so much of what's being said here, as far as like what they're even referencing and reciting at times. There's one specific part on a beach that is referencing some. I'm forgetting the name, but I was just like, this probably goes crazy if you were raised this way, which I was not. But yeah, it's really interesting in that way, and is handled very. I will say, as you know, you could argue it's obnoxious in some ways and crazy and insane, and for all of its craziness, I would say it's handled very tastefully. This movie, like it does not torture its characters where it usually you would think could, given its circumstances and like it's where the film is willing to go. Like it treads a very thin line of not dipping into a place of like it doesn't feel. Yeah, I guess I said what I had to say. Like it does not abuse its characters in any way, which I really appreciate. How's the acting? It's great, man. It's all around great. I was really into the Tetsu's performance, whoever the actor was. He was. I wanted, if there was anything I could have used more from in this movie, it was more from the dad's perspective, because he was a really fascinating character. Though I understand him kind of functioning as like a mysterious figure in a way. The ending's fantastic, yeah. It's also entirely about guilt and shame and where you find relief from that. Um, that's also very much what the film is about. Uh, it's about a lot of things, man. I don't even. I really. It's a tough one to unpack, just because you kind of have to pick one specific thing. But that's kind of what I love about it. Like, it feels like it touches on every side of life, without feeling like it's carrying too much on its plate. We're talking about love exposure. Um, it's interesting. I couldn't find a whole lot about this film's like reputation. Not only like how it's evolved throughout the years, but also how Japan views it. I found a little bit about it on Reddit and from some people who live in Japan who said like it's actually like relatively tame by Japanese standards, just because it touches on a side of Japanese society that is more out there and discussed, that whereas like to, Americans, it seems insane. Like, I guess some of the like fetish stuff happening in the film is much more out in the air in Japan. Apparently Christianity, I was not aware of this. Not a huge thing in Japan. And like I've read some critiques about that, how that feels like a little unrealistic at least, but I don't really know if this is the movie you're going into for realism. But it's interesting. I think it's had a much bigger effect around the world than it has in Japan specifically. As far as what I mean, like I didn't dive too deep. But it won quite a few festival awards the year it came out, specifically at Berlin. It was not like a Cannes or Venice situation. But it was respected off the bat and recognized as a feat. I mean, it's hard not, it's, it's 4 hours long. But I'm like, I bring this up because it feels like such an internet movie in a way. Like, and by internet, I mean specifically Tumblr. Like, there's something about it that I feel like this new generation is really latched onto. And I wish there was more. I mean, who's to say? Maybe I'm wrong, but I like wish I could see how its popularity has changed over the years, and if stuff like Letterboxd has like popularized it any more than it already has. Because I don't know. I feel like because of its accessibility, I'm surprised I hadn't heard about it way before this. It's the epitome of a Letterboxd movie. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah, aren't Japanese phones set so that you can't turn the camera shutter sound off? I did not know that. That's that certainly complicates this guy's situation, given what his hobby is. Yeah, I gave it a 4 ultimately, and I recognize that's maybe a little low for how I'm talking about it. I keep going back to the fact that it just feels a little overwhelming, and like I can't honestly say I've grasped everything that this film is giving me, and so I feel a little, I don't know, unprepared today to talk about it. But also like I don't know when the next time I'm gonna rewatch it is, if I ever rewatch it. But like I feel like there's almost too much going on for me to go any further than that. Like it gets to a certain point where it's like, maybe this is too much, but also I can't really say I've seen anything like it before. Like I was going in kind of expecting a certain vibe based on the poster. But it's really like bizarrely quaint and yeah, hard to define just because of how often it's jumping genres and whatnot. But yeah, tough movie. Very, very tough movie. Really glad it got voted on, because I don't know if I ever would have forced myself to get around to it, but I really liked it. And yeah, I hope you guys didn't have too bad of a time watching it. Also thought the movie just didn't look nice. I disagree. I know it has a bit of a lo-fi aesthetic to it. Like, it's obvious. It's not like, you know, the lighting isn't so extreme. It feels somewhat flat. Part of that is like feels very much of its time, but another part of it is like I think what's actually happening on screen, because I clocked that off the first scene alone. I was like, oh, this looks kind of, I don't want to say cheap, but definitely like small crew vibe. I could be wrong. I guess the editing and the actual what's on screen was so gripping and riveting off the bat that like I didn't really mind that. Also, it gets kind of beautiful in the back half, especially with all the Zero Church stuff, and like the interiors of that building are really crazy. It was a bizarre looking movie though. The use of music in the film is brilliant. The music stuff was funny. They kind of loosen up a bit in the back half, but those first 2 hours, it was really like, and I know this is like, some people get a kick out of this, but it's like they would choose one song and really like make that the theme of the hour, or it would kind of act as like a theme for the character. So if like you're following that character for the whole hour, it's like really just listening to the same song over and over again. But like I've noticed this with a lot of epics, that they do that as a way of like kind of helping out with the pace. They do that in Killers of the Flower Moon, certainly, and in Oppenheimer, where it's like music really keeps the engine going in an epic, because it's like you gotta hold the attention somehow, and I think music does a really good job of like being this backdrop where it's like, I think deep in your mind you're like a scene isn't over until the music stops and you transition into the next scene. So if like an epic can use a song over a long period of time, it can kind of like trick the viewer into thinking like, okay, we're still in this scene, like I can't tap out yet. And I think it's really cool when that's done properly, which it certain, like this is a really good example of it. But Killers of the Flower Moon too, really great use of using music as a way to propel you forward in what is what feels like kind of a marathon. How's the poll doing? Let's check on that. Oh my God, it's finally going to happen. Well, maybe not. This is a close one. We have Blade at 36%. Babette's Feast, 13%. Gattaca, 20%. The Face of Another, 31%. It's a tight race between The Face of Another and Blade. But we will see. Anyway, Love Exposure. I really want to check out the rest of his work. His movies aren't all this long, thankfully. But I hear they're equally as insane. Sometimes equally as perverse. I mean, that's clearly a theme for him based on what I've read. But yeah, people really attach to his work and look up to him as a filmmaker. So I'm eager to explore further, but might need a little bit of a break after this. Is this the longest movie you've seen? By like 4 minutes, yes. Gone with the Wind is like slightly shorter, which is crazy. I didn't know Gone with the Wind was that long in my mind. But yeah, this is the longest one. Yeah. Is it bad if my favorite Japanese film is Perfect Days, directed by Wim Wenders? Your favorite Japanese film is directed by Wim Wenders? That's questionable. I got to be honest with you. I don't know if that's that doesn't sit right with me. But it's a good movie. I can't deny that. It is a great movie. Twin Peaks: The Return. I'm not referencing stuff like that. I know that's up for debate on whether or not that counts as a movie. I did not watch it like it was a movie. I watched it over the course of like a month. Max ain't gone yet. Thank you for the super chat. Watch Shame by Steve McQueen on Valentine's week. I know what Shame is, man. You're not tricking me. I know what that movie is. Maybe we could put it in the poll. I've never seen it. It's a huge Steve McQueen blind spot. I've always wanted to see it. Isn't Return of the King longer? I don't think so. Maybe it is. It wasn't on my... Maybe the director's cut that I watched actually is, but it's not logged as the director's length on Letterboxd, so you might have a point there. Have you watched any more of Heated Rivalry or The Pit? I've watched more of The Pit. Nothing crazy to add there. I'm actually not on season 2 yet. I had more to go than I thought. But love The Pit. Heated Rivalry, I've not moved any further. I really should. But I don't know why I can't get myself to keep going. I don't dislike it though. I liked the pilot. It intrigued me for sure. But and I'm very curious on where it could go from there. But I hate to disappoint. I have not watched any more of it. Bass Creek's Child. Thank you for the membership. Appreciate it. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Bass Creeks. It's probably Bass. Watched Heated Rivalry with Carson. We were all silent. That is not true. We were not silent the whole time. Well, first of all, I was invested. I was just trying to pay attention, man, you know? What's your favorite Succession episode? Oh, God, that's a really... Don't hit me with that kind of question. Season 2 finale is kind of an all-timer. Season 2 finale is kind of a classic. That's probably it. I was trying to pay attention. Okay. That was a Love Exposure. Good movie. If you're curious, if you want to check it out, it's on Internet Archive. I do recommend checking it out, all things considered. It's not an easy thing to sit down and watch. You got to kind of prepare yourself. You got to carve out a day or an evening to do so, but it's certainly worth your time. It's a crazy movie. Even if you think it sounds a bit intense, I think it does a pretty good job guiding you through all of that. So anyway, let's play some Cine to Nerdle, right? Let me check. This might be rough. I'm not going to lie to you. This might be rough. Call-ins at the end of the episode. Broadcast, I mean. Okay. 1 second. Make sure this is all good. What are we at? 2 hours. Not too shabby. All right, let's start with the burgle. We have Duel, Mary, Mother, Mouse, Nuke, Planet, Princess, Prophecy, Water. Okay. Well, Nuke is throwing me off. I'm not going to lie to you. That feels wrong. Planet. Well, wait. Star Wars, A New Hope, right? Princess, of course. Feels like obviously Star Wars. Okay. Interesting. Mouse, Mary, Mother, Nuke, Prophecy, Water. Water. I'm going to go with... Well, Mouse. What movie? I'm not looking at chat. Mouse. Movies with a mouse that plays a big role. Not Stuart Little. There's no Nuke in Stuart Little. Sorry. But that would be crazy. Fuck. Mouse. Mary Mother Mouse. Mary Mother Mouse. Nuke Prophecy Water. I'm just gonna hit him with Aquaman and see where we get. I feel like we can knock out a few with Aquaman. That's good. That's good. Mother. No, we got Mother. Mouse, Nuke, Prophecy. Well, it's kind of Stuart Little's prophecy to... I don't know. Let's just throw it in. Okay, we got Mouse. Nuke and Prophecy. Nuke and Prophecy. Nuke, Bomb, Explosive would also work. Prophecy, Prediction, Forecast, Revelation. Nuke. I mean, we could just do Oppenheimer. We could just we'll just get Nuke out of the way. Prophecy. I can't think of like a movie where prophecy... I guess the Lego movie? Yeah, that worked. It's Dune Part 2. Oh my god, there is a mouse in Dune Part 2. I forgot about the mouse. That's crazy. I was really I guess, yeah, Star Wars Episode 2 would have done the job. Or gotten close. My mind was nowhere near Dune, man. That was fine. We got there. We got the job done. All right, let's play the critical. We're guessing the movie based on the Letterboxd review. Takes a while to get going in the... let me start over. Takes a while to get going, and the action, and particularly the hand-to-hand fight scenes, are hot garbage, but the casting is aces across the board, and the chemistry between the characters, even the CGI ones, is just tremendous. They're having fun, so we're having fun. Pretty good. Decent reviews. Chemistry between the characters... Even the CGI ones. I wanted to say Avatar, but that's all CGI. Takes a while to get going in the action, particularly hot garbage. The casting case. I'm thinking it's like a Marvel movie, probably. Chemistry between the characters. I'm gonna say Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 1. Oh my god, I'm locked in today. I am locked the fuck in. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Walk in the park. That's a walk in the park. All right. Let's do the original. Benedict Cumberbatch fights a witch. Hugh Jackman, directed by Tom Hooper. Mark Strong, directed by James Mangold. Drives a race car. Well, drives a race car. James Mangold. Christian Bale. Let's just get that in there. In a spy action comedy, goes to prison, sacrifices himself. In a sports movie, in a musical directed by Matthew Vaughn. In a comic book movie directed by Sam Raimi. Okay. Hugh Jackman is in a comic book movie directed by James Mangold. I have a feeling Ford v Ferrari is going to be the green one that goes across, because there's also Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale in what's it called? The Magic one, right? Well, I'm actually gonna I'm overcomplicating this. In a sports movie, does Ford v Ferrari count as yeah? Okay, so that's the orange one. Okay, Hugh Jackman sacrifices himself in a comic book movie directed by James Mangold. That's Logan, of course. Okay, but then Christian Bale. So they're not in the... Okay, never mind. I'm thinking of something else. Mark Strong sacrifices himself in a spy action comedy. I'm going to... Benedict Cumberbatch, no. I'm going to switch these around. Did I already switch them around? I did? Fuck. Just wasted a bunch of swaps. Okay. In a musical, Mark Strong, Tom Hooper. Oh, in a musical. What am I doing? Okay, and then these. Jesus Christ. Took me a second to see that. There we go. I'm not rage baiting. I'm just not that guy every now and then. Reversal. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, The Tailor of Panama, Begonia, The Reader, The Dressmaker, Black Adam, The Last of the Mohicans, Mamma Mia, My Left Foot, Easy A, Cruella, Gangs of New York, La La Land, Phantom Thread, Contagion, Die Another Day. It's going to be Phantom Thread, My Left Foot. It's Daniel Day-Lewis. Black Adam. Well, wait, Cruella. That's going to be Emma Stone. This is the easiest one so far. Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia. We're going to throw in The Reader. Oh, come on. Just give me something. What's going on? What's wrong? I'm losing my letterbox swag. Fuck. Tailor of Panama. What the fuck is wrong? Something has to happen at some point. Okay, there we go. That was just pure luck. Kate Winslet, Pierce Brosnan. I have not seen The Reader or The Dressmaker. I'm unfamiliar with The Tailor of Panama and Die Another Day. I didn't see Winslet, man. Okay, last one we have. Who else is in Contagion? All I know is that it's Steven Soderbergh. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I'm in a bad spot right now. This is I'm completely I guess start throwing these around. Nope. Dressmaking. Oh, you're so valid. That's actually so true. Wait, dressmaking. Dressmaking. Oh, it's too late. Wait, no, it's not. Get in there. We got there. I can't believe I never saw dressmaking. It's in the title. Ooh. That's crazy. All right. Let's go into battle. Actually, I'm going to take a quick break. I got to pee. I'll be right back. Ants. I agree. I saw the meme, by the way. John sent me the meme. It's pretty crazy. I didn't recognize like half the people in that image, which is probably for the best. There is no meme. That's true. Okay, let's go into battle. Give me 1 second. Locked and loaded. Have you already talked about your thoughts on Don't Be Dumb? I have not, because I don't really have any thoughts. Oh my god, I thought you were talking about a movie. I was like, I don't know what that is. No, I have listened to the album. I was like, wait, what's Don't Be Dumb? I'm mixed on it. I think I'm maybe not as hot as a lot of people on that album. I think it's fine. But that's how I feel about a lot of his albums. I don't think he's very... this might be crazy to say. Like, the singles are great. Some individual tracks, fantastic. I didn't really think it worked as, like, a cohesive project, to be honest. But maybe I'm just not there yet. Maybe he's, like, going for a more, like, Jackson Pollock situation. Just throwing that shit out there. But I need some time with it. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think it's better than Testing. But probably not as good as God, it's so hard to remember Live Laugh. Live Laugh Love? No. Live Love? Long Live is the worst one. Not worst, but the not as good one. Those albums are hard to remember. His mixtape, that's the best one, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's go into battle. I agree. He's never topped didn't he work with Clams Casino on this new one? I thought I heard someone say that, and I was like, well, I don't hear it. Not to say like artists can't branch out, specifically producers. I think it's so sad that producers get boxed into sounds like that, but like, it's not given the same, Okay. Naked Gun. I need Past the Bechdel Test. They need Fantasy. Good to know. Pamela Anderson. We're going to go Last Showgirl. I think him and Jessica Pratt should make a whole album together at this point. Borat. We are going to go Trial of the Chicago 7. Gotta get my rank up today. Long-time viewers / listeners of what I do on the internet. In the last year, has my voice changed since moving to LA? I was talking to a friend who lives in LA saying like, and I wasn't aware of this, but she was like, saying appreciate you is like a huge, more specifically, appreciate you is a very LA thing. And I've just naturally started saying that without realizing it. And then I was like, have I in general changed the way I speak? Like, I know I say man more, but that's like it. A Few Good Men. Princess Bride. No. Color of Money. LA changed you, man? That's what I was afraid of. The Mummy. Get Fucked in Cocktail. You said man before? No. You're halfway there. I said dog before. I said dog a lot in college. Man, I clocked when I started saying it. Like, I'm not unaware of these things. But, like, I started saying man last November. Like, honestly, it was a little on the nose how much I started saying it when I first moved to LA. I don't know who Elizabeth Shue is. I'm going to need a little help. Josh Brolin. Kevin Bacon. I'm going to go Maxine. That could get us somewhere. No, not that. You sound like a regular old American to me, buddy. I got a lot of... I will... Like, at the end of the day, yeah, I probably got more Midwest in me. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Oh, you don't want that. Chris Pratt, or no, Vin Diesel, pacifier. I'm gonna escape. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there anymore. That sucked. You sound exactly like Christopher Walken. I get that a lot. Mud. Why do you keep blocking me? This is crazy. Matthew McConaughey. I'm going to open this wide up because I don't want to get... I'd rather you get a point than me getting third striked. Okay. Third striked me anyway. It's fine. It's the warm-up round. I don't know what the fuck this is. Christian Bale! Oh, that's not going to work, but... well, no. We're going to do... Let's go here. I'll figure out a better third strike, maybe. They know women more than you. That's just not true. I'm getting cornered is the problem. Okay. Oh, come on, man. There's got to be someone in Barbie in this. There's got to be someone in Eternals. What am I doing? Oh, what? That's crazy. We're going big chill. What? Boy. Escape. That was actually insane. Nia DaCosta's not on there, no. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I'm just getting started, man. Who I need to really watch this movie. Who's in this movie? Fine, I'll go Chaplin. Jesus Christ. Doolittle. I don't even know who's in Doolittle. I just played it again. Doolittle 2. Oh, God, please. Please, man, no. Antonio Banderas. Pain and Glory. I got it in, but it didn't. Okay, all right. Good warm-up round. Yes, always. Name a woman. So the issue is like I had a bunch of women directors lined up, none of which were counted for in my win condition. So I know women that you haven't even heard of is the thing. This is an interesting place to start. Trying to play Space Chimps off open season. What is this? Family Guy. Oh, I hate this already. This is not a good start. I'll hit you with... They need animated science fiction. That makes sense. They're trying to go somewhere funky with it. I'm gonna... Well, we can't block yet. They got so lucky off that first pick, man. That's crazy. What do you mean we're just stuck in Space Chimps now? Is there a third? I don't want to go third. Patrick Warburton. He was in this movie that I saw called The Duel. It's not even on here. B movie. With a block. Because fuck you. Space Chimps ass. I'm tapped into niche underground women, yeah. This guy is a beast. Fuck you, man. I gotta get out of here. Animaniacs, Wacko's Wish. Holy shit, I'm fucked. That's the only Animaniacs? Has Wacko done any other work? I'm not familiar. Roger Rabbit. Gotta be someone. They're going to get an animated science fiction off this. I just know it. That was a foolish play. You would have gone hoodwinked? Actually, that's a good one. This person's an animation sicko. They have a sticker because of all their success in that category. Now we're cooking, though. This is some real Cine 2 Nerdle gameplay. This is what it's all about. Tom and Jerry Spy Quest. I'm going to hit you with Tom and Jerry 2021. That's no one's involved. Tom and Jerry... Back... Which one's more likely? The Magic Ring is probably... Just end my shit. Just do it to me. Holy shit, man. Yeah, I know. Them taking away the go to the movies win condition when the year was over was pretty devastating. I'm not going to lie. Futurama. Bob's Burgers, maybe? That works. I've exhausted my bricks. Not good for me. I'm going to escape. I think we need a fresh start. I think that we should have escaped a lot. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. What do you mean we're back in this? How do we end up here so soon? Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead Bruce Willis. I'll open it wide up. Pulp Fiction. Go anywhere you want. Yo, this guy's nuts. I know, he is. Ow! What the fuck? Jesus Christ. I'm never going to beat this. I'm just accepted I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win this. But I'm having fun. Kind of. Futurama. The Simpsons movie. Of course there's someone attached to that. I'm going to escape next. If he gets another science fiction off this, I'm done. I'm escaping again. Mind you, he also has a skip and 2 escapes. They made like 1 million Futurama movies apparently. This is crazy. Yeah, man, get out of panic room. Find your way to some animated bullshit now. I'd like to see you try. Always thinking. Oh, I got his ass now. Tron Heirs. Jared Leto has never worked with a woman, unfortunately. But we have Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Don't go soul. We're going to go queer. We want queer. That's a good place to be. Fuck. How does he do it? Holy shit. Well, I'll send you all the way back to Challengers. There's no way out. This guy is a legend. This is I might cry, man. Oh my god. What was that dance show Zendaya was on? Zendaya. LeBron James. Now, who else is in this, though? Don Cheadle. Boogie Nights. I'm not even concerned with naming women right now. I'm just trying to stay alive. Dude, fuck. Like, yes, obviously, Space Jam: A New Legacy is an animated science fiction film. What was I thinking? You escaped Boogie Nights. Okay. Seth Rogen, An American Pickle. There's no way out of here. Shake It Off. That's what it's called. Yeah. What the fuck? Of course. Holy shit, of course he found a way. He found a way to monsters versus aliens. I don't know what I was thinking with Seth Rogen, you're right. I let that one get the best of me, but that was that's the most I've gotten beat in this game, I think, ever in my life. That was a really intense experience just now. Okay, great. Now we're going up against Green Puss. just fucking end my life. Oh my god. I'm absolutely not going to rematch that guy. Election. Now we're in my vein. Wild. A Wrinkle in Time. Oh. Why can't I? Oh, what was that movie called? Not Mass. What was it called? What the fuck was that movie called? Union? Oh my god. It was supposed to be a big deal. I can't think of a single Ava. Selma. Thank you. Chat gets that one. I don't care. I don't even care. I needed a point on the board. They need romance, non-comedy. No, not Doubt. It came out it was like a TIFF movie, and people were like, this is going to sweep Best Picture, and then it went nowhere. Oh my god, my lights! Everything's falling apart. Okay, The Color Purple. Steven Spielberg. The Color Purple. Yeah, I'm going to go The Player. Didn't think I was going to go The Player. I know my whoopee. No one in chat knows the movie I'm talking about. That's crazy. I feel better about that. Moonstruck. Cher or Nick Cage. Nick Cage, I'm going to go... What's it called? Ghosts of... No. I'm gonna go Pig. I'm gonna hit him with Pig. No, it was not Blitz. It was... I'm gonna look it up after this. It would be cheating to look it up now. It was an Ava DuVernay movie. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Oh, man. I wish Celine Song was in here. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That's fine. I'll hit you with Color Out of Space. It's an easy escape for me. Origin. Thank you. I never saw it. It had it was such a vague name. Origin. I was like, it starts with a vowel. That would have killed, man. That would have killed. Also, I'll play a member after this. I just need to play some crazy people real quick. There we go. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I'm going to go, If I Had Legs, I'd... Nope, that's not... What? I was like, someone's got to be in something. Licorice Pizza. Mastermind. Lock it in. Okay, we're coming back here. I need to win this. Challengers. Nice try. Josh O'Connor. Mike Feist. Luca Guadagnino. Josh O'Connor. You know what? I'm gonna be crazy and go queer again. I'm gonna brick that though. It's true. You could just go to another Lovecraft adaptation, but they don't. Nobody thinks to do that. Suspiria. Luca Guadagnino, third strike opportunity. I'm going to go the Big Splash. It's not Bigger Splash. There's a better third strike Luca Guadagnino that's not that. This is actually not very good. Oh, I could have done... Oh, I could have... What am I doing? I could have ended the game just now. Jesus Christ. Only Lovers Left Alive. Tilda Swinton, Memoria. Get rushed. As soon as that Tilda Swinton window opens, you got to go. You got to go there. GG. All right. Oh, I needed that. Oh my God, my win-loss ratio is fucked. It used to be so good. What happened? We've made too many mistakes. Eddie's Roses, I'll play you after this one. Someone commented on my short, my Cine 2 Nerdle short, being like, okay, we're back in open season. 1 second. Ashton Kutcher. Cheaper by the dozen. They need Become the Film Bro. You're not going to get there via Cheaper by the dozen. Someone was like, they think NL would crush me in Cine 2 Nerdle. I simply disagree. Like, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and I think I would do pretty... Like, I know where to go and where to stay out of. I'm fairly confident I could beat him. He's not the kind of Cine 2 Nerdle player I'm worried about. Eagle versus Shark. I'm probably going to get trapped somewhere, and I don't like it. Are you excited for Send Help? I am, yeah. But do you know 2000 slop like NL does? I don't. I know Film Festival slop, and I know 2000 slop was back when... like movies, he knows movies with a lot of people in them, so it's like you can spam other shit and maybe get your way out. What we do in the shadows? What we do in the shadows? I don't actually know if I can get out of this one. I don't know how to get out of What We Do in the Shadows. I'm going to be honest. Why is movie marketing so bad nowadays? I don't think it is. I don't think it's like appealing to like the masses the way it needs to, but it's like really appealing to an online / younger audience. Like Begonia Bald screening. That's what it's all about. Okay, wait. Finn Wolfhard? Or no. Yeah, he's in this. Oh, no. On the Rocks. Boom. The Godfather Part 2. The Godfather Part 2. Baby. Robert De Niro. Alto Knights. Mean Streets. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll hit you with Cape Fear. Or no. I'm going to go the piano. I might brick this just to be safe. Who's that knocking at my door? Boxcar Bertha? Question mark? I got the... Okay. Did not see that coming. Uma Thurman. Or... Oh, dude. You don't even know what I'm hitting you with. Oh, my God. He had no idea what was coming. I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. Oh. Fuck. I was so excited, man. I can't third strike her. I don't know any of her other movies unless there was a second Battle Royale. Battle Royale 2? I'm locked in. I'm locked in. Just take the escape, yeah. Okay, Steven Yeun. Steven Yeun, Keke Palmer, one of them days. But let me think. I think that's good. That's a good place to go. Who else is in that? Give me there, I'd go Fireworks. This guy's always talking about Fireworks. Get Out. Okay, a couple routes I could go with this. Lakeith Stanfield. Lakeith Stanfield. Die My Love. With a brick, of course. Just to be safe. Oh, yeah, definitely to be safe. Badlands. Uh-huh. Badlands. Sissy Spacek. Going 3 women, I think. Is Stanley Kubrick one? He is, unfortunately. Never mind. Sissy Spacek. Carrie. I think. Is that safe? No. Even better. No! Okay. I was going to go somewhere else, but my keyboard tweaked out. I have seen Burning. I've been meaning to watch Burning again for a while. Didn't see that coming. That's okay. Stephen King. Not very good, is it? I'm gonna hit you with Carnal Knowledge. Who else do you have left? Christopher Nolan, David Fincher, Denis Villeneuve, Ridley Scott. I think I'm fine here. I think I'm fine. No, Nashville's like a last resort because it has such a big cast. Not that like people can really like. It's not like a cast of like. It's Jeff Goldblum, I guess, is it? You could get out there with Elliot Gould, I guess. Oh, we got there with Carnal Knowledge. You didn't want to go. Oh, okay. Okay, Laura Dern was she in any of these? Laura Dern. Okay, I'll play this carefully. Well, I'm going to go The Tale. That was close. Why didn't The Tale work? I don't know what just happened. The Tale is like my go-to. Oh my God. Schizopolis? No. What else is in this? I panicked. That's not good for me at all. 7. That's fine. 7. Someone had to have worked with a woman. Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve, Ridley Scott. 7. It's not a good place to be. You'd never want to end up in Billionaire Boys Club 2018. That's a nightmare situation. Baby Driver. Kevin Spacey, Third Strike Opportunity. Oh, it could be so good. Or, wait, Lily Allen? John Hamm? Come on. Someone's got to be in something. Eternals? Kevin Spacey. Usual suspects. Fuck it. I'm going to rush you a little bit. Can this be it? Can this be it? Nope. That's fine. Dead Man. Dead Man. Robbie Mueller. Dead Man. I'm gonna send you to Down by Law. Good luck with that. Oh, you're fucked, actually. Oh, this is it. We got this. We got it in the bag. It's fine. I'm not worried. Oh, I was worried you would do that. That's fine. We have not played this yet. Good game. Good game. Whew. That was crazy. Bro, never forget about the mastermind. Eddie's Roses. If you just hit me with your username, would be happy to play. I know my women. I know my women. That's what they're saying. Pink Baby Zebra. Are you in the requests? Yes, you are. I'm going to play Pink Baby Zebra first. All right. I need to do the 100 Women Challenge on stream. I really do. I would crush it. Maybe. Sorry. Okay, you need past the Bechdel test. I need past the Bechdel test. Okay. Alexander Payne, we're going to start somewhere very far away. That's Nebraska. The Descendants. George Clooney. Or we could go down the Alexander Payne route. I'm actually going to hit you with Downsizing. Let me think for a second. The Menu. Ray Fiennes. Nicholas Hoult. Oh. Hong Chau. Showing up. I'm locked in. Oh, and I'm going to brick that. The Fablemans. The Fablemans. I'm going to do... No, that doesn't feel right. Seth Rogen, Funny People. There's a method to this. Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems. Okay, blocked. That's fine. Welcome to private chat. It's a bad place to be. Not a comfortable spot. The Beach. Okay, The Beach. We're going The Village. It's not an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I don't know why. We're going to go Gilbert Grape. Fuck it. I'm just now processing that I thought The Beach was M. Night Shyamalan as if that was old. There's no such thing as a deep cut. Well, didn't Roger Deakins shoot this? Shoot with Man Who Wasn't There. It's an interesting, dare I say, uncomfortable place to be in. Blade Runner. Roger Deakins' third strike opportunity. What? What are you talking about? Oh, he didn't shoot that. That's fine. No. The Firm. What the fuck is happening? It's fine. I couldn't do Barbie. I had a brick. Manchester by the Sea. Manchester by the Sea, bro. That's Lucas Hedges, King of the Women. I'm sorry. That's he's worked with a lot of women directors. Is what I'm trying to say. Where's that water? Brooklyn. Saoirse Ronan. I guess I can't think of another. Isn't his face in this? Saoirse Ronan. I'm gonna go The Outlaw. Is that a movie? The Outcasts. Get Out. Oh man, I need to figure this out. I'm overcomplicating things right now. Outrun. Fucking hell. Oh my god. That's actually fucked up that Is This Thing On isn't playable. This game, because they follow me on Twitter. If anyone at Cine Twin is watching this, we gotta fix this. There's some movies that are gold that you just can't play. Okay, Laura Dern. Oh my god, what's that Jeff Goldblum movie? Fuck. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna go vintage with it. What's it called? Oh, I got it. This is not gonna end well for you. Have you seen Sound of Falling? I have, yeah. Very good. A little challenging and very arty, for lack of a better term, but beautiful. Some of my favorite cinematography of the year. What are we doing here? I'll hit you with American Pie. Am I thinking of a different guy right now? What are we working with? Let's do Belfast. Why not? I haven't seen Chronology of Water now. Hamlet. We're gonna go somewhere very weird. Oh. What? Kenneth Branagh? What's it called? That's not what I was thinking at all, but Opinions on SD Kid? I like SD Kid. It was kind of a very quick rise that seems to have, like, no one really like talks about. Like the way things move in and out these days is, I'm not a fan of. But it's like, it feels like that spark has already kind of faded away. What am I doing? We're doing the bling ring is what we're doing. With a brick. The wrong babysitter. Opinion on Eddington's chances tomorrow. Non-existent, basically. Interesting. Skipping on the bling ring. That is an odd choice. But I'm gonna go somewhere, to put it simply. To be fair, outside of Sofia Coppola and Emma Watson, I don't know if I would know how to get out of the bling ring. I don't know any of the other actors in that movie off the top of my head. I'm sure there's like another famous actor in it that I'm completely blanking on. We might have him with somewhere. Oh! Okay. That's fine. GG. And that's the power of the dog. Good games all around. Eddie's Roses. If you're down to play, let me know. You gotta request me or something, or accept my friend request. Otherwise, I might hop off pretty soon here. Not before we do the call-ins. I feel like I've seen a poster for it in Paris. He is actually Unk. I kind of am. I'm not going to lie. I will, I could trim out that section of the, anyway. Let's do one of these numbers. One second, I'm just making sure they don't. Okay. Wait, I don't have. There we go. Turbo cancel this, man. I apologize. It's this OBS software, man. The way the transition screen works, it's like it doesn't just automatically. It's a mess. Okay, let's run this one. Let's see how this works. I don't know if this is the audio is gonna be good.
My 4 favorite films run from Cabin in the Woods, Mad Max Fury Road, The Nice Guys, and The Iron Giant. I'm also looking for a movie that would be at an hour and a half long that would be good to watch post a partner getting off of a 12-hour shift.
Was that a cat at the end? Interesting. Cabin in the Woods, Mad Max Fury Road, Nice Guys, Iron Giant. Hour and a half. We're looking for something kind of light and easy going. The baby? It was a cat, or it was a baby, or it was a quiver. I'm not sure. I like your taste. I'm on board with all of these movies. Cabin in the Woods, Mad Max Fury Road, Nice Guys. You like something kind of saturated, something kind of poppy, something that's like, it has A-list actors in it, but has an artsy touch, you know? And then the Iron Giant, of course. But I don't know how to fit in the Iron Giant to this. An hour and a half and that would be good getting off a 12-hour shift. Something light and easy. I'm going to hit you with, not just because it's on the mind, this is a good one. I think this is a good one. Having just played it in Cine Nerdle or encountering it on Cine Nerdle, I think Election would be up your alley. It's a short movie. It's got A-list actors, reliable script, pretty gripping. Maybe not as intense as what you're pitching here. I'm gonna soft wreck Election, but on a more interesting note. Let's think this through. It's not going to be Martyrs, I'll tell you that much. Palm Springs is not bad. Punch Drunk Love, I'm going to assume you've seen it. Punch Drunk Love is exactly the type of movie you're talking about, though. I have it. It might not be a lighthearted watch, but it's short, and it will hit nice after a long shift. I'm going to recommend Love, Liza, starring Philip Seymour Hoffman. Early Philip Seymour Hoffman performance. I think the first performance he was a lead actor on. It's got a quirky indie vibe, and it's accessible, but with some real grit to it. There's a real darkness to this film that will catch you off guard. Check it out. Love, Liza. This is fun. I like this. This is not a bad idea. Okay, let's try this one. This is the one that I had on screen earlier.
Hi, Kirsten. I am driving right now. Hopefully I don't get into a crash and kill the vibe, but okay, what I'm looking for is the old boy of like Mexico or Sweden, okay? I've been watching too many new movies. I want to watch something that's older, something that's a capital P picture, something that's foreign, but not from East Asia. Those are like, I've been watching too many East Asian movies recently. Yeah, hopefully everything goes well. And I hope you enjoy Fantastic Beasts February.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm not going to do Fantastic Beasts February, but that's interesting. Okay. The old boy of Mexico or Sweden is crazy. I can't think of like any from Sweden, but as far as like Scandinavian thrillers go, you're talking a Lars von Trier picture right now. And if you want a capital P picture from Lars von Trier that maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, I would check out Breaking the Waves. That's it's not like thrillery like Old Boy, but it's certainly disturbing. It's a good one. As far as Mexico goes, I'm a bit, I don't really know what to say. I haven't seen Amores Perros. I'll be honest with you. I'm like coming up short on Mexico Rex. Because a lot of the Mexico movies, I haven't seen a lot of Mexican thrillers. I've seen a lot of great Mexican dramas. But as far as like thriller, based on what you're looking for, I think you're in the mood for Lars von Trier. So far, I've recommended Love, Liza, and a Lars von Trier movie. That's how this is going. This is crazy, man. But I think there's some truth to this. I need to see Amores Perros. Gosh, I think there's got to be a better one. If you're looking for, I know you're looking for something older, but if you want something a bit newer, The Hunt is pretty solid. That's a hard one not to like. I don't know if that's really in the realm of what you're looking for here, but Breaking the Waves sounds like it's gonna scratch the itch. I wouldn't go El Topo, but if we're going Hodorowski, if you haven't seen The Holy Mountain, that's an essential. That sounds really up your alley. Okay, let's do one more. We're gonna do 3 of these a stream, is what I've realized. Actually, I could just keep going, man. Let's see.
Oh shoot. Okay. My 4 favorite films. I have Do the Right Thing, Worst Person in the World, There Will Be Blood, and probably La La Land. I like coming of age kind of romantic dramas, I guess. I'd say Worst Person in the World is the newest one of those that joined my list. I watched it last year. I thought it was really good. So anything in that genre, let me know. Thanks.
Oh, shoot. It's good taste. Good taste. This guy's depressed. That's not. Gosh. Okay. If you're looking for something European, I think just based on La La Land, based on the grand direction of There Will Be Blood, based on the like independent spirit of Worst Person, I think you would get down with, if you haven't already, diving into the work of Jacques Demy. I think you would really vibe with Umbrellas of Cherbourg. I know you've only listed one musical. If you didn't know, La La Land, very influenced by it, so it would be hard not to like it. It's a lot more accessible than you may think. The direction is beautiful. It's sort of coming of age. There's elements of it. If you're not so much into that, Lola, his first feature, is also very solid. But that's going to be my rec for you. I try to put anyone that's like a fan of La La Land, or even something like There Will Be Blood. I know that's going to sound like a stretch, but like I see the vision there in how both movies are like shot. There's some similarities. I'm gonna hit you with Umbrellas of Cherbourg, directed by Jacques Demy. It's really solid. Okay, two more. Maybe we'll just do two more. Okay, here we go.
Hey, Karsten. Big fan of your show.
All of these guys sound the exact same, first of all.
I'd say my four favorites are Cure.
Nice.
The Kiyoshi Kurosawa movie.
Twin
Peaks, Fire Walk with Me, big David Lynch fan.
There we go.
I really enjoy RRR, the Indian movie, one of my favorites ever.
Banger.
And then I'll say Ran by Akira Kurosawa.
Oh my
so we love
God.
the Kurosawas over here.
Dude.
Love to get a recommendation from you. Thanks.
This is taste. I'm down with all of these. You do like an epic. You seem like you like an epic. I mean, these are all kind of feel bad, I will say off the bat. Cure, Fire Walk with Me. RRR is a good one. Ran, it's been years. But you certainly know Ball. You do know Ball. Shoot. This is good. Okay, it's got to be something Criterion adjacent based on your taste. And as far as that, I think, you know what? You've kind of hit all of the big auteurs. You know, you got Kiyoshi Kurosawa, you got Akira Kurosawa, you got Lynch. I think you would be into, well, maybe not that, actually. I take that back. This one's tough. This one is very tough. Oh, you know what? No. I'm assuming you've seen, someone recommended EE earlier for The Last Guy. And while that was a great rec, I think you would really vibe with EE if you haven't seen it yet. I think. Oh, that's a good one, actually. But no, I'm going to lock down EE. I think based on what you're giving me, you want an epic, but you want something essential. You like, if you're looking for a new favorite, if you had you seen EE, it would probably be listed here in the top 4 is what I'm saying. So I think you would really get down with that. Okay. This is fun. I like the call-ins. They're fun when I'm not, you know. But this is good. I did not get around to everybody. There are several more, and I didn't flash the number on screen for a reason because I didn't want to cut it off. I didn't want to get too many submissions. But next week we will go even further. We're gonna do some more. But this was fun. Let me pull up the John. Are you here? Is there any chance you're here? Carson, I beg for one woman on the call-ins. Bro, I'm trying, man. This was a completely random draw of picks. They all happen to be guys who have very similar voices. But thank you guys for participating and for calling in. That went a lot smoother than I expected. More babies? We need more babies, yeah. It would be really funny if, like, a baby called in. John is not here. I think because we did the call-ins, I might substitute the weekly box for that just this week. We'll bring back the weekly box next week, but this kind of filled in the same gap. This is also, in my opinion, a lot more fun than the weekly box, if I'm going to be honest with you. But let's check in on the poll before we head out. Let's check in on the poll. Guys, you guys are going to hate me, but you voted for it. The rankings go. Babette's Feast, 4th place, 11%. Gattaca, 3rd place, 20%. 2nd place, The Face of Another, 29%. 1st place, Blade, 39%. We're watching Blade next week. Guys, I've been waiting a long time for this. I have not even seen this movie. It might be incredibly mediocre. It might just suck. Iconic Wesley Snipes film, Blade. It's a horror action film. You can watch it on most streaming services. I think you got to rent it. But anyway, we're watching Blade, 1998. Okay. Guys, I think that's going to do. Thanks for tuning in. This has been a fun one. And we'll see how tomorrow morning goes. Once again, when Alto Nights gets nominated, check in with me. Check in on your local karst. Okay, I think that's going to do. Thank you, guys. Oh, and Cohen Rank will be out next week. Okay,